Cardano is ridiculously undervalued. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about not only the Cardano price, but also an NFT line from Snoop Dogg that is going to be launching on the Cardano blockchain, and we're going to be looking at the development roadmap to see what the Vasil hard fork coming up in June of 2022 is going to bring for the development of Cardano, and updates to the Plutus backend, which is the smart contract platform that Cardano utilizes. As the theory and as the narrative has gone, Cardano's price has gone down while fundamentals have gone up. How is it that that continues to happen? Well, I think that Cardano was, yes, overvalued about 6-7 months ago, but I also think that it is massively undervalued right now, and I'm going to be explaining why I believe that in this video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, but without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. As you guys know, Cardano has been in a major downtrend over the last 222 days, down 70% from the all-time high, just above $3.10. But the good news is, just recently on March 14th, Cardano started a new uptrend that rallied it 60% in 21 days. That was a good step in the right direction, but over the last 8 days, Cardano has been moving to the downside, moving into a falling wedge that it actually broke bearish out of last night. A lot of people are wondering why Cardano keeps dropping, considering its fundamentals continue to improve. Well, I'm actually going to address in this video why it dropping might be one of the best things that can happen for you if you're planning on getting into Cardano. Here's why. As the price of Cardano continues to go to the downside and as the fundamentals continue to go to the upside, something that I call the intrinsic value gap continues to widen. Well, the intrinsic value of a cryptocurrency is often derived by its on-chain metrics and its fundamentals. We're going to be talking about the fundamentals of Cardano here a little bit later, but for right now, just know that the price is down and the underlying intrinsic value of Cardano has continued to increase. If we look at the difference between the intrinsic value of Cardano and the price of Cardano, we can tell that as the price goes down and as the intrinsic value goes up, the gap between those two continues to widen. We know that the price has gone down because we can chart it, and while we can't chart the intrinsic value of Cardano, it's not something that we can actually measure. We know that it's going up with the development of the TVL, with the development of the DeFi space, with the development of its hard forks, with the development of the community, with the development of its transactional throughput being one of the highest in the industry. We know its intrinsic value is continuing to go up while the price is going down, so we know that the intrinsic value gap itself between the intrinsic value and the price has gone up, which means the farther Cardano goes to the downside, the more overextended it gets, and that's why I say it's ridiculously overextended to the downside, why it is ridiculously undervalued. But there's a couple of technical reasons why that is the case as well. If we look at our MACD right here, we can see that MACD is so bearish in the last 8 days that it's actually the most bearish that we have seen ever since the drop in September. We have not seen bearish MACD on the histogram this low ever since November for about a day or two, but really going back into September. That tells us that Cardano is having a very strong downtrend that is probably going to overextend it to the downside. On top of that, $1 was the level that held back during Q1 and Q2 and even on into the summer of 2021. That level of $1 had a lot of reasons to hold. Number one, it was a major big even. $1 is about the most obvious big even that you can think of. And also, Cardano had gone through a major rally, and when it was sitting at $1, it was sitting right around $40 billion market cap. So Cardano dropping below $1 is a very major sign that it's overextended to the downside. But let's talk about some other reasons why I believe it's extended to the downside. We just saw Clay Nation announce an NFT collaboration with Snoop Dogg on Cardano. This just broke yesterday. Clay Nation announces the launch of a new NFT collection with Snoop Dogg and Camp Medici on Cardano. Snoop Dogg, as you know, is one of the biggest names in music, and the fact that he is launching an NFT on the Cardano ecosystem leads us to believe that his team thinks that Cardano is going to be a highly performing asset over the next several years with its fundamental backing, the Plutus backend, and its smart contracts platforms. Moving on, though, we also know that the Vasil hard fork combinator HFC is going to be coming up in June of 2020. That is going to be an upgrade to the network that is going to be absolutely huge. It is a part of the fourth era of Cardano's updating, and we saw the first one being Byron, then Shelley, then Gauguin, then Basho. We're looking at scaling here. This is going to improve the speed and the performance of the blockchain so that it's able to handle millions of transactions, so that it's able to handle the worldwide impact that the Cardano vision has in store for this project. Vasil is going to be implementing diffusion pipelining for higher throughput, specifically addressing the block propagation bottleneck, leading to faster transaction and processing and validation. And they're also going to be scaling Ouroboros, which ensures validation and influences security of the proof of stake protocols and thus the stability entirety of the core network. The bottom line of this is that it's going to increase the scaling and the speed at which Cardano transactions are able to move, which will allow things like smart contract platforms to operate much more healthily. On top of that, there are some changes to the Plutus backend, being the smart contracts platform themselves. There are going to be additional reference inputs leading to increased throughput, as well as many other updates to the project. On top of that, let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano's TVL. You can see it hit a peak here at 326 million back on March 24th. It's been down ever since, with the market moving to the downside, sitting at $230 million in TVL. MinSwap has pulled ahead of Sunday Swap, but we've also got another project coming up here with quite a bit of TVL, looking at Wing Riders, WRT, up 4,500% in the last 7 days. So as you can see, even though the total value locked on Cardano is down $100 million, down about 30% over the last couple of weeks, that does not mean that the space is not growing. We are seeing a major amount of new players come into this space on Cardano, and that leads us to believe that it is a growing network that's going to bring about more value, that's going to build more protocols, and eventually going to lead back to more value for the Cardano ecosystem. Bottom line, I think that Bitcoin should be sitting at $60,000 or $70,000. I think Ethereum should be sitting at $4,000 or $5,000, and I think Cardano should be sitting at $2 to $3 right now. The thing that's holding it back is that the market is in a prolonged downtrend, and we have to break that trend. I think that is going to happen, and I think it will happen in the next 3 to 6 months. And I do think that you have a very solid opportunity to see an all-time high on Cardano by the end of this year. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is Cardano going back above $3 before the end of 2022, or has that ship sailed and is going to take longer? I have said before that I think you're going to see a $20 to $30 Cardano. Yes, I do mean a $1 trillion market cap Cardano by the end of this decade because of the power that its smart contracts platform and its blockchain has. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that below. Make sure to keep in mind that Club DeFi is launching its beta for the first 200 members that signed up a couple weeks ago tomorrow on the 13th of April. And also make sure to follow us on our social media at CryptoJeb over on Instagram and Twitter, and at CryptoJebOfficial over on TikTok. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you like more content like this. Before we go though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Whoa there, partner! You watched the whole video. Good on you. Now what you can do to make me even happier is go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, bing that notification bell, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.